Influencers, content creators. Here's where here's where people like to associate they with them. And here's what I say. And I've given you the blueprint on how not to be deceived. But we'll go through it again. Is the influencer, the content creator, they? It's still go in the bathroom, cut the light on, and point in the mirror. They ain't them neither. I don't think they is them. Here's why. Because from what I see, a person who has, and some of y'all gonna get mad because some of y'all fell victim to this shit, common sense or common knowledge, like someone said. Why would you spend that type of money with someone who has not lied about their journey? You can say whatever you want to say about me, but you can't say I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. You can say whatever you want to say, but you can't say I don't know what I'm talking about. I've been on here long enough. I've showed and proved. So you never hear nobody say Mark don't know what he's talking about. What you expect to get out of something from someone that started at the same time as you? A lot of people's advice and mentorship or coaching that they're going to be able to give you is going to be based off experience. And there's a timeline that you need of tenure to be able to have enough experience to be able to provide some sort of wisdom to someone who's coming to you for knowledge. Don't you think? So how can you associate they with them? You made that decision. You need to go in the bathroom, cut the light on, and point again. And that's they. There's no way on God's green earth I'm going to spend any money with anybody that's provided so-called information on something that I'm looking to consume knowledge from that's literally started at the same time as me. And even if you come in now and they started 2-3 years ago during the pandemic, what have 2-3 years of experience? Like, they still trying to figure shit out. I didn't know everything in 3 years. I didn't. I say that shit all the time. I was still learning. I think it took me about 8 years to fully say I was well versed. Why? Because I was still going through experiences. I was still experimenting with things. Things were still happening to me that had to happen before. It took me 7 years until I really had some type of financial instability when I started cross-docking. Luckily for me, I was diversified and my moving company was able to cover those losses, those temporary losses for that year that I was receiving on the final mile side, experimenting with cross-docking. Even though I recouped that money a year later, 12 months seemed like forever. If the moving company was there, I don't know, I probably would have had to, tap into some resources, but I didn't have to. Thank God to the moving company. So I still had cash flow coming in that I could borrow from this company from to help that other company out until that money was recouped. So up until that point, because I started with humble beginnings and I was just growing and scaling, right? It took 7 years for me to really have a tough year. So in 4 or 5 years, how could I really be in a point where I could educate someone when I hadn't really felt what it was to have to get through a tough year? I didn't have a tough year until 2017. So how can someone that just started help you? You know how I can help people weather the storm? Because I weathered the storm. If I would have never went through a storm, how can I really fully help a person? And then when I ask people this shit, well, man, I thought he was going to help me. I thought she was going to help me. How? But the people that did that shit during that pandemic, you even crazier than the people who doing it now. You're going to invest money into something or someone that's literally started when you started. That shit is crazy to me. It makes no sense whatsoever. But you associate they. You want to put the blame on they. They is them. Them is they. No, it's you. You made that decision. Every decision that you make, you sit at the helm of the business. Every decision that the business makes, you're making that decision for the business. So you have no one else to blame. You a business owner placing the blame on they. It's just like a coach. The team loses, the coach takes the hit. You don't see the players going to the press conference and, well, it was my fault. Sometimes they'll step up and own up to it, but it's normally the coach. When you see kids out here running around in the street doing dumb shit, what do we say? They parents failed them. The parents, the coach. So when I say, man, you a business owner and you placing the blame on they, if you do it in the privacy of your own home. Don't come on public platforms out in the world as a business owner. I don't want to see you on Instagram doing this. Box truck business owner, hashtag business owner with this long ass shit 3 months ago. But then 4 months later, you got a long ass fucking post talking about they. Business owners don't place the blame on shit. You own up to the responsibility. You suck that shit up and you figure that shit out. The business is an infant when you birth it. You run around telling your kid, well, I can't feed you because they ain't giving me hours at the job. I can't feed you because they keep going up on the price of goddamn food. They, if they exist, they don't care. No one cares. No one cares, man. On the real. Don't nobody give a... Business people don't complain. They create solutions. Business people don't complain. They problem solve. I don't know how many times I got to explain this shit to you. People who are succeeding solve problems. You can't be a business owner, sit at the helm of a business. You have to be solution based. You have to be a problem solver, not a complainer. The time that you spend in complaining, you could be solving problems. The problem that you complaining about, you could be trying to think of ways to solve it. Employees complain. Man, I hate this job. Fuck my boss. I'm finna quit. Employees complain. Workers complain. You a worker who think you a boss. How you gonna run a business where other people are gonna be complaining and you can't solve the problems for them, which are associated with your business when you couldn't solve problems because you was complaining when you was just a single independent owner operator? That's why we say business ain't for everybody. You got to be cut certain type of way. You placing the blame on another man. Man, man. Okay, they took advantage of you. But guess what? They didn't go into your bank account and take that nickel. You sent it to them. On the real. You had to go Zelle it. You know you cashed apped it to them. Because when I asked you, how y'all send them the money? Man, I cashed apped it to them. You didn't have common enough sense that they don't take credit cards. Because I would have told you, if you would have told me you did with a credit card, I would have told you to file a dispute. But see, you can't file no dispute because you sent the cash app. You sent the Zelle. How you going to blame somebody that you had to go in your phone, log in, facial recognition, put a number in, 5,000. All right, what's their email? What's your email? All right, your phone number. All right, I just sent it. Let me know if you got it. You get it? Yeah, yeah, it just came through. All right, man. I'm gonna email you this Google Drive. I'm gonna email you this Google Drive, and then you go to the Google Drive and you look at some content that they done got from Fiverr that they done paid $10 for, and they just rebranded and sold it to you for 5,000. You sent them the money. How you gonna get mad at them? Even though they finessed your goof ass. On the real, hit the like button. Even though they finesse your goof ass, you still gotta own up to that and say, man, that's on me. Hit the like button. I'm keeping it a buck. That's why I be like, y'all, some of y'all middle Americans, man, y'all be falling for that shit. You fell for it. You fell for the okie doke. You sent it to them. So where's the self accountability at? How can you source a they or them when you physically had to go and send this shit? Where's the self accountability at? Do me a favor. Go in the bathroom. Make sure you cut the light on when you get in there. Cut the light on. And then go look in the mirror. Just look at it first. Just do this for about 5 seconds. Take that deep breath like this. And then do this. You was they. They keep doing this. They keep doing that. These mythical things. These are mythical things. They keep taking cheap freight. They messing up the game. They took advantage of me. They taking advantage. They selling these courses and all these people coming in off this information that they misinformation that they selling is messing up the game. It's them. All right. Well, guess what? Check this out. It's going to always be a they in that category of them too. Like I said at the beginning, there's been some new guy. People keep naming this guy, keep coming to me with this one guy. Every year is going to be a new guy that's on a platform that's selling people shit. It's not going to stop. And then once that person name gets drugged through the mud enough, or till they come up enough money with whatever it is they selling, it's going to be a new person that's going to pop up. So now what?